Tonight, we are remembering the Queen of Soul. Music legend Aretha Franklin passed away today from pancreatic cancer at the age of 76.
She was the voice of songs that have stood the test of time, like Respect and A Natural Woman.
She's our Elvis. You make me feel like a natural woman lover.
I would say to you that I grew up listening to people sing Natural Woman.
The influence of Aretha Franklin's music has seeped into generations, no doubt, and spread across the world. Tonight, people in Charlotte are reacting to her death. But there was a time when the Queen of Soul sang for Charlotte with an aching heart, right after learning that a fellow singer close to her heart had passed away. We are honored tonight to be able to show you some of that video from 6 years ago.
I was fortunate enough to be part of a memory of a lifetime with Aretha.
February 13th, 2012. It was set to be the biggest night of the year for music in Charlotte. Aretha Franklin was booked to play for the private club called Music with Friends at McGlowan Theater. Larry Farber, a longtime Charlotte music promoter and founding partner of the program, remembers the night vividly. Aretha arrived to Charlotte 2 days early and just hours after checking into the Ritz-Carlton.
The news broke that Whitney Houston had passed. She was in severe grief and that she was not sure that she would physically be able to perform.
Farber told Aretha and her manager there was no better way to pay tribute to her fellow diva than through the power of music.
Here she was performing not in a big venue but in this old church, and she was surrounded by a very intimate crowd, a crowd that wanted to grieve with her.
And that's what happened. Farber says Aretha Franklin sat down at a piano and unleashed her emotions.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like for you all to share this moment with me in acknowledging one of the greatest singers that has ever stood before a microphone.
She just started playing just music coming from her heart. She cried, tears flowing. Everybody in our audience was crying because it was a moment of such emotion.
A night Farber says he and all those lucky enough to hear it live with their own ears in Charlotte will never forget.
Here I was sitting next to the Queen of Soul. We were talking about music. We were talking about Whitney. That night, the memory of that night and what happened is something that will live in my heart forever.
I mean, couldn't you just listen to that all night long? This is a live picture right now, guys, of Aretha Franklin's star on the Walk of Fame. You can see the growing memorial. We've been showing it to you all day, and as night has fallen, of course, the flowers, the pictures, just really the honor for her with the word respect draped over them.
All day long now, we have been hearing it and listening to that music. I mean, like Molly said, you could listen to it all day long and all night long, and I'm sure lots of folks are as they remember the Queen of Soul.
It was really great to get that video and to be able to hear that tonight and show that in Charlotte 6 years ago, right after Whitney Houston, for her to put her emotions on stage that way rather than just not perform.
You're a
to
musician.
Go out and do
I was going to say, too, because you're a musician, you appreciate that kind of talent is Mount Rushmore stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, I'm a hack when you put me in any kind of conversation with that. But yeah, I mean, Aretha Franklin, we grew up listening to that kind of classic soul, and man, just going to be really, really sorely missed.
Yeah, no question about it. Let's talk about the weather.